In the last month or so, we've seen a lot of backlash coming from the new Snow White movie, and controversy around this movie hasn't been unusual. I mean, there was controversy just from the get-go when not only did they race swap the casting, a character who is literally named Snow White because of the color of her skin to a Latina actress, but also just the fact that they got rid of the 7 dwarfs because one dwarf actor didn't want other dwarf actors to get roles. But now we're seeing this where the controversy has been so bad that they're actually talking about delaying the movie until a few months or whatever after its initial release date of March, and they're trying to make excuses for it, saying it's like, oh, it's because of other movies getting delayed and we don't want the competition. And while that may be the case, a lot of the reason is honestly just for the fact that a lot of people are upset with this movie, and I think a lot of it they're just trying to maybe push it back a little bit and hope that normalies will actually forget about it. Now, controversy and people online upset about Disney live action remakes is not an unusual thing, like I've already said. This is actually a little bit different considering we actually have mainstream media outlets like NBC News reporting on this controversy, and they pretty much only step in this sort of thing if it gets really noticeable and like basically everyone is talking about it. And I think that's the reason why they're actually trying to delay this one right now, because it's just regular people are talking about it, and a lot of people just don't like what's happening with this. And we even had this article coming out a couple weeks ago where it's talking about how the movie was intended to be a feminist movie, which is why Snow White is more or less rejecting true love and basically saying it's about her becoming a leader and things like that, which is one story that they could tell about it. But they're trying to say this is a feminist movie, and now they actually have people criticizing that, just saying it's not a feminist movie. I mean, even actual feminists and people that would ordinarily be in their camp are calling them out on this one. You got this TikTok right here that got over 10 million views talking about it.
1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
I could literally write a PhD thesis on the pseudo-feminism that is criticizing Disney princesses. Criticizing Disney princesses is not feminist. Not every woman is a leader. Not every woman.
What they're actually doing, what they're calling feminism, is actually misandrist. They basically are just anti-males at this point. I mean, that's why they're saying anyone who falls in love is not a real feminism, or at least that's what they're trying to push with this type of movie, which is why a lot of people are actually being critical of this. The only people who support this sort of thing are basically the misandrists who honestly hate men, and that's a small demographic and not the one that they're trying to cater to. And that's honestly why I think that they're pushing this movie back. There has been a lot of speculation about what they're going to do as a result of all this pushback and backlash from the Rachel Zegler and her comments on it. Some people were saying that they're going to cancel it outright, which I think is kind of far-fetched. I mean, they're not going to do that because they've already invested too much money, and it's the whole sunk cost fallacy. Other people said that they probably should just drop it onto Disney Plus because it's a lot cheaper to do that, and I think that's probably the best course of action right now. But it looks like they're committed to release it in theaters, so instead of releasing it at the scheduled time, they're going to push it back and maybe hope that a lot of the normie audience will have forgotten about this by then. Now, people online, they might kind of like die off on talking about it for a little while, but as soon as the marketing campaign for this movie picks up closer to the release date of it, then all this will come back up again. But by that time, maybe the mainstream media won't be talking about it anymore, so maybe the normie audience will have forgotten about it and will go see it. Either way, I don't think this movie is going to do too well. I mean, we've seen it with a lot of the other live action remakes, especially the more recent ones. I mean, we had Little Mermaid that was bombing, even though they tried to really push that one and tried to explain like and try to say like, oh, it's still doing good. I mean, you got the media even defending it and saying it did good, but no, that lost money. Then you have other live action remakes, like the Pinocchio one. Everyone forgot that even exists. Yes, there was a Pinocchio one out there. There was also a Lady and the Tramp one. I mean, I think those ones were just dumped onto the Disney Plus platform too. But either way, I mean, they're nothing movies, and I think this is ultimately going to be a nothing movie too. But it's going to be one that costs them a lot more money than those other ones that everyone forgot. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.